Hi everybody, this is Jen from Cookies, Cupcakes, and Cardio.com. I have always loved learning about dinosaurs. I've been quite fascinated by them. So when I heard that there's a new Jurassic World movie coming out, I knew I had to make something dinosaur themed for it. And so for this video today, I'm going to be showing you how to make a fossil dinosaur cake. Let's get started. We're going to be using a 10-inch round chocolate cake, so that's about 10 cups of batter in a 10-inch round pan. We're going to be using chocolate buttercream. Here we have a mixture of graham cracker crumbs and Oreo cookie crumbs. We're going to need some white chocolate that will be melting in this piping bag. We're going to be using some chocolate rocks, and I have the printout of the dinosaur skeleton here that we're going to be using, and the link to that and the recipes for the buttercream and the cake will be in the blog post in the description box below. So I have my dinosaur skeleton image underneath here. I've got it on a baking tray, and on top is a piece of parchment paper. I've got my white chocolate that's melted, and I'm just going to go around the outside first, and then I'm going to just trace it and fill in all the black area underneath here. So I've placed my chocolate skeleton into the fridge in order to harden, and I've cut around the outside of the skeleton here, and I've left a little bit of a gap because this is the area that we're going to carve out around, which would be like where the paleontologist would be digging. So I'm going about probably like 1 centimeter or 1/2 inch down into the cake, and I'm just going to go around, and then I'll show you how to carve out this part in the center here. So I've got my outline here. The cake's quite dark, so it is a little bit difficult to see, but in order to carve the rest of it out, I'm just going to take like these little pieces, and I'm just going to go across like this. This is going to make removing the parts of the cake here a little bit easier. So I'm just going to segment this part off like this, and then just taking my knife, I'm just going to slide it in like this, and then you can even segment it across the center, and then you'll have these chunks that are easy to remove. So you're just going to go ahead and take out all the way down, probably about 1 inch or 1/2 inch, depending on how deep you want to go. So with the center carved out, the next part to do is to put the icing. Now I'm only going to be putting the icing around here, the edges, really carefully on the side and here, and then all the way around the outside edge of the cake. So I'm going to go ahead and start spreading my chocolate icing on those spots. So I've completely covered the cake now with the chocolate buttercream, and I even went ahead and covered the top of the cake board, and that's just going to give it a nice clean look here to the dirt covering the board. Now I've got my rocks to put on top, and I'm just going to press them in. You want to do this while your buttercream is still soft, and I'm just going to make like, little piles and sporadically place them around like you might find in a dinosaur dig here. And I'm going to put some of the dirt on the top too, scatter that as well. You can even scatter some of the dirt inside the ground area where we're going to put the dinosaur fossil. And we're going to be putting some of the rocks like on the side, put some of them sporadically placed on there too, and on top of the board. And also you can do some sprinkling here. You can try to chuck some dirt at the side, get some on there if you can, and just go around the whole thing, covering it with the rocks and the dirt. So my final step to my fossil cake is to take the dinosaur fossil carefully, it's rather fragile, and place it into the cake, just like this. You just want to be really careful. And then I'm going to add a couple more rocks and maybe a little bit more of the little dirt pieces just to finish it off. So I'll be back to show you when I'm completely done. So there you go everybody, how to make this fossil dinosaur cake. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. If you do make it, make sure you use the hashtag Cupcakes and Cardio on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter, and I'll be sure to see it. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all again next time.